Hi, today we'll be talking about the cartel theory and a little bit of background of market structures and other oligopoly theories. Alright, just to start off, I'm going to give a little background. There are four basic market structures: a perfect competition, monopolistic competition, oligopoly, and monopoly. This table shows from least to greatest how much market power each type has. Because of perfect competition has way more competition than monopoly, which has virtually none. As you see, oligopoly is more towards a monopoly. It has more market power because it doesn't have as much competition in most cases. Today, we will be talking more about oligopoly and some theories, mainly the cartel theory, on how they act. Oligopoly is an industry dominated by a few mutual firms. There are only a few firms in the industry, so each firm produces a significant amount of output relative to the market. There are three basic theories that describe the behavior of oligopolies. 1. The kink demand theory. This theory basically states that if one firm decreases its price, then the other competing firms will match that decreased price. If one firm increases its price, the other competing firms won't match the increased price. This gives the demand curve a kink, which causes the marginal revenue curve to have a gap, as seen on the graph. An oligopoly will attempt to maximize profits, which for this theory is where the marginal cost curve passes through the marginal revenue gap. Because of this gap, there are sticky prices. This means that the marginal cost can increase but will not have no effect on price or quantity because the marginal cost curve still passes through the gap. The second theory is the unkinked theory. This theory is developed by George Stigler, who said that you can't assume that firms in an oligopoly will match price decreases but not match price increases. If this assumption is incorrect, then there is no kink in the demand curve, no gap in marginal revenue, and no sticky prices. This theory makes oligopolies more similar to monopolistic competition. The third and final theory is the cartel theory. This theory says that organizations in an oligopoly will jointly make decisions about production and monopoly, which could greatly increase the industry profits. The main problem is that it can be difficult to maintain because of two reasons: A, non-cartel competition, and B, the tendency of cartel members to cheat on the agreement. One main example of cartels is the NCAA, or for those of you who don't know, the National College Athletic Association. The NCAA is a buying cartel, which means that the members agree to a maximum price for college athletes to produce college events. This basically means that the NCAA gets college athletes in big revenue sports at below the free market price. College athletes can generate a lot of money for their schools, and the more money they can make, the higher demand there is for them. The NCAA put rules in place that limit financial aid to athletes to only pay for their cost of attendance, so they are not allowed to directly pay their players. The NCAA is also a great example of how cartels can have a lot of difficulties. They have a lot of non-cartel competitions like the NBA or NFL, which often take the top athletes that generate a lot of money for their school. The NCAA also has a lot of difficulties with cheating on the cartel agreement by offering the athletes more than just paying for their school. A lot of times they will give athletes no-show jobs or jobs where they get paid for doing nothing. Some schools will even offer to buy the athletes an expensive car. These all show how difficulties that come with cartels. In this video, we talked about the four basic market structures with emphasis on oligopoly. Within oligopoly, we talked about the three basic theories of behavior. We focus on the cartel theory that says that organizations in an oligopoly will jointly make decisions about production and prices. An example we demonstrated is the NCAA and how it buys athletes for big revenue sports below the free market price. Thank you for your time and have a nice day.